What's going on, Broncos country? Welcome into the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. Matthew Peterson here with the Broncos Week 12 injury report heading into their matchup in Carolina against the Panthers. So, we're going to run through some of the notable names that have been ruled out for this week, plus George Paton and Hackett have made some roster moves corresponding to those injuries. Now, I just want to let you guys know I am filming, of course, not in the usual Chat Sports studios, but I am out of town for Thanksgiving weekend, so we are in my brother's second bedroom. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoy the books and the weird map he has of Genghis Khan taking over all of Asia. Now, let's run through some of the notable names that have been ruled out for tomorrow's game kicking off at 11 Mountain Time, 1 o'clock Eastern. So, Jeudy, KJ Hamler, two of the biggest names, the two biggest names in my opinion, have been ruled out. Jeudy with an ankle, Hamler with a hamstring injury, and the KJ Hamler one is just a real bummer because I've been rooting for this guy coming off that horrific ACL injury last year, and coming off the bye, he came back more hurt. A hamstring injury popped up, and he has not played since before the bye, which is not what you want to see. K'Waun Williams with a wrist injury that he's been battling really all season. Remember, he got like wrist surgery in the offseason, and he has just been playing through that. So with that being said, the Broncos did make some corresponding roster moves. Now, they made some promotions. Devine Ozigbo, that is their running back. They claimed off of the Saints practice squad. No, they signed him after the Saints cut him, whatever, something like that back in August. Doesn't really matter. But the Broncos have three running backs: Latavius Murray, Marlon Mack, and Devine Ozigbo, who have all been signed off of other teams' practice squads. Think about that for a second. Really let that marinate for a moment. Denver went into this season with a nice running back room of Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon on third down, great pass blocker, and good at the goal line. So we thought. And then Mike Boone, a nice change of pace back, right? 3rd and 16, dump it off to him, and you might get the first down. All three of those guys, hurt or cut. And now we're rocking and rolling with Latavius Murray, Marlon Mack, who has been, coming off an Achilles injury from 2 seasons ago that has never looked the same. And then someone we're all just pretty much meeting for the first time in Ozigbo. So those are some of the roster moves that were made to combat the injury at corner with K'Waun Williams out. Now, with Jeudy and Hamler out, I am excited for this. Brandon Johnson. Is that a name that sounds familiar? It should. He was the UDFA out of UCF who was fantastic in the Broncos' first preseason game, which I would love to go back to that time right now, against the Cowboys. He suffered a high ankle sprain. They released him with an injury settlement with sort of an under-the-table agreement of don't go anywhere else. My dog's trying to play with me right now. Sorry, everyone. Don't go anywhere else. Please just hang around Denver, and when your ankle's good, we're going to bring you onto the practice squad. And with Jeudy and Hamler out, it's going to be Brandon Johnson's time to shine. So those are some of the bigger roster promotions. We was a little tug of war with her dog. And then Faion Hicks. I think I forgot him. Faion Hicks was the 7th round pick out of Wisconsin. I took the under today, filming during college football. Hopefully Minnesota's not scored while I've been filming. But Faion Hicks, who's just been on the practice squad all season with Williams out and, of course, Ronald Darby out for the season for over a month now at this point. That is the 3 roster promotions to combat some of the injuries and the loss of Melvin Gordon for the rest of the year due to him sucking and being cheeks with the football and getting cut. Now, with that all being said, who do you got, right? Honest question. And I love to ask these questions. You guys know this. Longtime viewers know this. But Broncos Panthers, it's going to be ugly. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Sam Darnold is starting for Carolina, if you forgot, which I don't really think it matters. No one should look at that and go, well, this should increase Denver's chance of winning. No, I have no clue what to expect out of Sam Darnold, but I don't think it's going to be much better or much worse than what P.J. Walker and Baker Mayfield have done this season. It's probably just going to be about the same, except it'll look like the guy, the villain from Incredibles doing it. Like, that's really what we can expect from Sam Darnold. So, who do you got? Broncos, Panthers. I'm leaning Carolina. All 3 of the Panthers' wins this year have come at home. The Broncos have not had a true road win this year. Their one road win was at London at neutral site. So not what we usually think of when it comes to an away game. And I think a loss to Carolina might be the final nail in the coffin for Nathaniel Hackett. Especially to lose to a team that's already fired their coach, so they could kill Hackett, right? A little bit of a circle of life right there. They're on to their third starting quarterback of the season. On the Panthers injury side, they're not really too nicked up. Maybe the biggest name that pops in my head is Matt Ioannidis, a defensive tackle out of theirs that's injured. Brian Burns is probably going to play. I know he was on the injury report this week, but none of their big stars. And they got some good guys, right? DJ Moore, they got some players. But this is going to be an ugly game. I think the Panthers might win this one like 10-7. I know it sounds crazy to say just 7 points, but why should I believe they're going to score any more than that? So let me know who you got. Give me a score prediction if you feel like it down below in the comment section. All right. Some other notes I had, I just wanted to run across with you guys as I take a quick break from college football, then I'll get back into the couch in just a moment. But been away from the channel for too long during Thanksgiving break. So big run game, right? I think that may be on the menu for Denver this week because with Hackett handing over play calling duties to Clint Kubiak does kind of make you wonder if the next step is, well, Russell Wilson is not working. Like, let's just be honest. We can make Hackett I wouldn't say the scapegoat because he deserves a lot of the blame, but I think even myself, we get sometimes too busy blaming everything on Hackett when Russ kind of sucked. Well, Russ sucks this year. I mean, why am I sugarcoating this? Russ has not been good this year. So maybe Clint Kubiak's solution is, listen, Hackett, I know you feel obligated to try and force it and make it work with Russ, but I'm calling it how I see it, and Latavius Murray gives us a much better chance in early down situations as opposed to throwing it, getting ourselves in 2nd and 10, running it for 2 yards, and then it's 3rd and 8, and then it's a Russell Wilson sack, and we're punting for the 4th time this half. So I'm kind of feeling a big run game coming, which feels weird to say since all 3 of the Broncos running backs were A, not even on their roster to start this season, or B, not even on anyone's active 53-man roster. It's not a high-talented group, but I am going to think the Broncos are going to try and pound the rock a little bit and wear down the Panthers that way as opposed to saving a lot of time on the clock, a lot of incompletions and getting the crowd into it. No, try to hold on to the football, right? Win the battle of possession and eke out a 10-7 victory instead of a 10-7 loss. All right, that is going to do it for us at this at-home edition. If you want more Broncos YouTube content, I invite you to subscribe. When I get back to the studios tomorrow, we'll have a full post-game recap from this Broncos-Panthers game. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Going to sign off, let you guys enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. And I'm going to root for whichever team you bet on. And right now, I'm all over Kansas State -11.